So Sunday was the season 4 premiere of Rick and Morty on Cartoon Network's Adult Swim. It was funny. It was great. I know a lot of people don't like Rick and Morty for whatever reason. Maybe they just don't find the show, that funny or funny at all. Maybe they find the show too gross and disturbing. I don't know. Well, either way, I mean, you got some people that like Rick and Morty, some that don't. So whatever. So we all know the Smith family are back together. Jerry and Beth are reunited as a married couple again. The family has breakfast, then Rick and Morty go on their usual adventures. They found crystals, death crystals to be exact, that allow people to see the possible deaths that they encounter. Morty has a crystal, and he sees himself in the crystal where he's dying tragically. Yeah, that's not good. But there is this one crystal that he steals where he sees himself as an elderly man lying in bed while Jessica, his love interest, yeah, go get Jessica, Morty. You know, you got to root for guys like Morty to get the girl of their dreams, like Jessica. Yeah, Jessica and Morty, y'all. While Jessica says she loves him, Morty ends up driving the ship, since he asked Rick if he could drive the ship, just to continue seeing himself as an elderly man with Jessica. Rubbing his head. But Morty is not a good driver, obviously. When seeing himself as an elderly man with Jessica, Rick realized he stole one of the crystals. After fighting over the wheel, the ship crashes as Rick is flung into a rock and is instantly killed. It was brutal and messed up to see Rick killed instantly. I mean, with his eyes open and that little rock going through his stomach where his blood all over. That was not a pretty sight to see. But a hologram of Rick appears as he explains to Morty how to bring back the original one and only Rick. But Morty doesn't listen. He takes the ship and leaves Rick in a loop of realities, trying to get back his own way. Morty ends up being guided by the death crystal he stole as he experiences trouble back home and becomes determined to have the reality where he dies next to Jessica to come true. He travels back home and, guided by the crystal, grabs several high-powered weapons and takes all of Rick's Mr. Meese's boxes. Yes, Mr. Meese's is back, guys. He goes on a bloody rampage, but due to the crystal, is available to avoid a quite lengthy and certain death sentence, resulting in the presiding judge to later commit suicide due to Morty's words. So then Rick eventually finds a reality where he is a wasp, and the wasp Rick agrees to help get back to his original reality. Once they arrive, Rick discovers Morty's theft of gadgets. After they confront the hologram Rick that appears in the garage, the three Ricks go off in search for Morty. They found him in a desert, becoming a monstrous tree-like cyborg abomination, and they defeat him. Everything is back to normal. Jerry attempts to persuade Rick to stop his adventures, but then when Jerry gives Rick a little poke, this was funny. Rick says to Jerry, "I wouldn't be poking me if I were you. It's already contaminated with AIDS." And then Jerry freaks out, and then Beth tells him, "Honey, he's just playing. He's just playing." But then Jerry says, "But I feel some tingling." Oh man, that was funny. Rick and Morty, they start talking at the same time. You know how Rick does his little speeches to Morty where Morty, barely says anything and he freaks out? Yeah, well, they did it once again, but Morty is into it. He joins Rick. It's like Morty's used to his adventures with his grandfather, so he's doing it. And it was funny. It was funny seeing them talking at the same time. And then here's Summer. She pretty much mocks and criticizes, joins in just to make fun of them and tease them and whatnot. Rick overhears her, so he tells Morty, wait, hold on, stop. What'd you say, Summer? And then she talking about them being gay and them being a couple and whatnot. And then they all pissed off. They're like, what the F, Summer? What the hell, Summer? Get away, Summer! Get away, Summer! You ruined it! I mean, they were pissed off. But Summer was just saying that she was just playing around and whatnot. I don't know. It seemed like Summer was trying to get attention. It seemed like she felt left out. Oh, man, it was so funny. Rick and Morty, one of the most funniest cartoons of today. So underrated. I'm glad it makes me laugh. So in the following day, Morty overhears Jessica wishing to become a hospice member who tends to the elderly who will die alone without family. So Morty realizes that that was his future that he saw in the death crystal. That it was Jessica catering to him as he was dying alone without family. So Morty becomes extremely angry, and he doesn't give a rat's ass, and he goes into the portal to go on another venture with Rick. Oh, poor Morty. Let Jessica and Morty be together. All right, well, this has been the first episode of the season 4 premiere of Rick and Morty. Tell me your thoughts. Peace.